Hi, my name is Raven, this is Goose, and today we're going to be guiding you through a full body stretch. We are going to be stretching everything, the upper body, the core, the back, the lower body. We're going to stretch every muscle. Goose is exempt from this stretch as he is elite at downward dog and he is very flexible. And yeah, let's hop to it. So we're going to start off stretching our neck, which is very important as a lot of us look at screens all day. So sit in a comfortable seat. This is my comfortable seat choice, but you can sit on your feet or in a crisscross position. But yeah, we're going to start off by tilting our head to one side and elongating your opposite arm. And you can even take your hand and use it to apply pressure and stretch the side of your neck. And we're going to do 3 deep breaths in this position. Give me a good big inhale. Big exhale. Now let's release and stretch our head forward. Again, you can use the weight of your hands to press your chin towards your chest. 3 more deep breaths. Let's go to the other side. Extending your opposite hand, using your other hand to add some pressure to your head to stretch the side of your neck. And finally, we're going to tilt our head back and look up to the sky, elongating the front. Now we're going to come back to neutral. We're going to do some spinal twists. This is going to give our spine some mobility. Let's twist to one side, keeping your trunk straight, looking over your back shoulder. Top of your head to the sky. Let's switch sides, remembering to elongate our spine, looking over our back shoulder. Reaching the top of our head to the ceiling. Okie dokie, coming back to neutral, let's stretch our chest and our biceps. I'm going to turn sideways so that y'all can see what I'm doing. I'm going to take my hands behind my back, elongate them and pull them towards the back of the room and shine my chest and heart forward. I'm feeling this in my biceps and my chest. I'm reaching my arms to the back of the room. Now let's lower and release. Shake out those hands. I'm gonna hold my hands together and roll them out just a little bit to get some mobility in my wrists. And now let's move into some cat and cows. Getting into a 4-point kneeling. My hands are underneath my shoulders and my knees are underneath my hips. Going to inhale and look up to the sky. My glutes are pointed to the sky, as is my head. And on my exhale, I'm going to roll everything up and curve my back like a cat. Inhale towards the sky, arching back towards the floor. Exhale, looking in between my hands or towards my knees as I arch my back to the sky. Take your time with this, move with your breath. I like to rock back and forth a bit. Now let's get things a little bit spicier. Let's add some more range of motion. Let's sit back into child's pose on our exhale. And on our inhale, let's come into a cobra. Inhale to cobra. Now we're working on our back flexibility and mobility. To protect my lower back in cobra, I'm pressing the tops of my feet into the mat, and I have my core a bit engaged, so to not overstretch my back and cause pain. Now let's hold in cobra. Lovely. You can even look side to side if you want. Let's sit it back for one more little child's pose. You can even lift your palms to give your wrists a little stretch. I have a bad wrist, so this actually feels nice. And now we're going to move into a sphinx. So we're going to walk our hands forward, and I'm going to bring my chest to the mat, or as close to the mat as I can get it, sticking my glutes to the sky. You can rest your chin on the mat or keep it elevated, but I'm pushing my chest towards the mat. This is going to stretch your shoulders and your triceps. It's lovely. This is also giving us some back flexibility. Can't speak today, apparently. Remember to continue breathing deeply. Let's walk our hands back into a quick little child's pose. And back into our 4-point kneeling. Now let's do some thread the needles. Let's raise our left arm to the sky. And then on our exhale, thread it underneath our right arm, dropping your head to the mat. To increase the stretch, you can elongate your right arm. You should feel the stretch in your back and your shoulder. On your next inhale, let's come back up, reaching for the sky. And place our hand back down. Now, let's take our right arm, reach it up to the sky. And on our exhale, let's thread the needle. For a better stretch, or a more thorough stretch, elongate your arm. I'm feeling this in the back of my shoulder especially. On your next inhale, let's come back up, reaching our right arm to the sky. And then placing it back down. Get a load of this guy, he's sleeping while we're doing the hard work. I'm just kidding. Now, let's get into our down dog. From our 4-point kneeling, let's dig our toes into the ground and stick our hips up and back. You can walk your dog. This is great for elongating the spine, stretching the back of the legs, giving us some ankle mobility. Ankle mobility is especially great if you do a lot of squats. And now, let's bring our left leg into a low lunge, bringing my leg in between, my foot in between my hands. Let's just relax relax into the stretch, you can come up and rest your hands onto your left knee, keeping your hips straight. Both of them are equally facing the wall in front of you. Good boy. We're just going to breathe into this stretch. I'm feeling it in my hip flexor, I'm feeling it in my hamstring. This is also a great stretch if splits are a goal of yours. On our next exhale, let's put our hands on the ground to frame our foot and sit back into a nice hamstring stretch. This is a half split. I'm feeling this in my hamstring. I'm bringing my toes towards my forehead, and I'm still, again, keeping my hips square. My hamstring is very tight. Now, let's come back into our low lunge. Exhale back into our hamstring stretch. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, hamstring stretch. One more. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, hamstring stretch. Lovely. Now let's come into a pigeon pose. Coming forward, moving my foot off to the side so that there's a place for my hips to go. And now, this is a great place to add some quad stretching. I'm going to take my right hand, because my right leg is the one pointing back, and I'm going to grab my right leg. I'm going to pull it towards me, stretching my hamstring. Breathe through the stretch. And that's okay if you can't get your foot very close. we all start somewhere. Let's release that foot slowly, tuck the toe, and come back into downward dog. Now I'm going to bring my right leg in between my hands and into a nice low lunge. Keeping my hips straight towards the wall. That's very important. If your hips are open like this, you're really diminishing the stretch. And now, on our next exhale, let's frame our foot and push back into our half split. Toes to your forehead, hips are square. Feel free to make any adjustments that you need to do. On your next inhale, let's come back into our low lunge. Exhale, half split. We're going to do 3 of these. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, half split. Last one. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, half split. Now, let's come forward, moving our foot off to the side so that our hip has a place to go. And let's meet in pigeon pose. Giving this a second. And now I'm going to take my left hand and I'm going to grab my left foot and bring it up towards me. See, this side I'm a bit less flexible. Try to just get that foot as close to your glute as you can without causing pain. Like, you know what a stretch feels like, but you know what pain feels like. Let's get a stretch and not pain. Let's slowly release that foot, tucking our toes and coming back into our down dog. From here, let's come back into our 4-point kneeling and sit on our feet. I'm gonna give my shoulders a little shake, give my hands a little shake. And now let's come into some dynamic camel stretching. So how this is gonna work is you're going to take one hand and attach it to the foot. So left arm, left foot. I'm going to lift up my chest. I'm reaching with my chest and reach back with my hand. So my chest is reaching towards the ceiling. My hand is going over my head. And now we're going to sit down and switch sides. So right hand, right foot, lifting up, stretching my chest to the ceiling, reaching my left hand back. I'm going to come down. We're going to do this 3 times on each side. I've got my glutes a bit engaged to push my hips forward and protect my lower back. Last one on each side. This is great for your spinal mobility. Perfect, that was the last one of those. Now, let's elongate our feet in front of us and give your legs a little shake. Let's go into a forward fold. So I'm going to start by keeping my back straight and seeing how far I can get with my back straight, which isn't usually very far. Like, I can still touch my toes, my back is straight. I'm going to sit like this for a second, give me a big inhale. And on your exhale, let's come all the way down as far as you can go without hurting yourself, of course. I'm actually using my feet to pull me forward a bit to increase the stretch. This should feel good after having done the camel stretch. Let's walk ourselves back up into a seated position. Now, let's come into a straddle. So my legs are wide as feels comfortable. My toes are pointing to the sky. They're not pointing out or in. They're pointing to the sky. And let's take right arm to left foot over the top. I'm keeping my chest open. I'm not falling forward. My chest is open for right now. Feeling the stretch in my side body as well as in my inner thigh. Now let's exhale and come forward towards that toe. It's okay if you can't reach your toes, you can hold onto your ankles. We all start somewhere. You can bring your knee to your nose, or as close as you can get it. And then slowly walk yourself back up to center. Let's do the other side. Left arm to right foot. Chest open and proud. Feeling the stretch in my side body. your next exhale, let's flip and go forward towards our toe. You can lower your nose to your knee if you're flexible enough. Just do what feels good. I really feel this stretch in my back. Now let's walk ourselves back up to center. Let's do some more for those inner thighs. Come into a butterfly, bringing the soles of my feet together. I was gonna say the palms of my feet, but that's not right. That's for hands. I'm using my elbows to push my knees down. I have really tight hips, so this is quite hard. My spine is straight, I'm not hunching over. I'm keeping my spine straight while still using my elbows to force down my knees. Now we're gonna work into our last stretch. This one is a little bit of a bitch, I'm not gonna lie. This last stretch is a bit tough, so I'm gonna give you a modification in case you can't do that stretch yet. So let's come out of butterfly. And so here's our modification. If you don't feel confident doing something harder than this, then that's totally okay, and I understand. So you're gonna take one foot into a 90-degree angle. I'm gonna start with my left foot, taking this leg into a 90-degree angle, and I'm gonna take my right leg into another 90-degree angle. 90-90 stretch. And then you can lean forward, and you should feel this in your glutes and your hips. So this is the modification. This is level 1, but if you want to increase the stretch, I'm going to take my right leg, place my foot on top of my left knee, and bring this right knee towards my left foot. See how much space I have in between here? I'm going to use my elbow to push my leg down, and I notice that if I sit here for a second, eventually my knee and my foot come together. I'm already getting a little bit lower than I was. So just breathe into this. This is an intense stretch, so no problem if you're doing the modification. If you're doing level 1, that is totally great. This is intense. Just giving my hips and my glutes time to relax a little bit, get deeper into that stretch. Now let's slowly come out of this and do the other side. So if you're doing level 1, you're taking your right leg into a 90-degree angle in front of you, and then your left leg into another 90-degree angle, and folding forward over your leg. If you're doing level 2 with me, you're going to take your left foot on top of your right knee and bring your left knee to your right foot. This one's much more flexible, I see. We're already starting off at a lower point. Just try to relax. Like, it's easy to be super tense because this is a hard stretch, but you have to relax. You have to breathe through it and just let your muscles sink into the stretch. Remembering to keep my shoulders down and back. My shoulders like to come up, and that's not good. Pushing this knee down with my arm. Look at that, I'm almost there. Oh! I'm gently going to come out of this stretch and just into a crisscross applesauce. Let's end with 3 deep breaths, shall we? Lifting your arms up on your inhale and lowering them down in prayer on your exhale. Let's do 2 more of those. That was lovely. I hope that you're feeling a little bit more flexible and more mobile, and I hope you have a great day. Namaste.